Welcome to the Wizards of Ecom, your no-fluff playbook for online success. Each episode is fully packed with actionable tactics you can implement in your business right now. Take your life to a higher level and excel in your online success. It's time to work on you and your business. Let's do this.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Wizards of Ecom. This is Naomi, your host, and today we have Alina Vlaic, ranking expert, founder of AZRank, fellow Amazon seller, joining us. Alina, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me back. Hi to you and everyone listening and watching.
There you go. This is our third time together, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
So
who's counting?
I am counting.
Yeah.
When you're bringing back guests, especially it means that usually guests are really loved or they are really knowing their stuff. So I think that you're both loved and knowing your stuff.
Oh, thank you. Why are you starting with this? I'm blushing now.
It's good. Let's put you in a good mindset, because today we're talking about a topic that most people are not talking about. So let's put you in a good mindset.
Okay.
All set?
Yeah.
All right. So let's get serious now. Alina and I were friends, and as you can see, the chemical reactions, or how do you say? There's a word for it.
Chemistry.
Chemistry. There you go. As you see, there's already a chemistry, so we're joking around. But let's get serious. Today's topic, right?
Yes. Okay.
The reason.
Can I still smile or?
Occasionally, but not too often, please.
Gotcha.
Okay. The reason I want to have you on the show today is we are discussing ranking, and specifically we're going to discuss the ranking process that we've gone through for the first time that I used a ranking service, which is yours. And the reason I wanted to have you specifically on the show for this is because I want to share my personal experience, and I want to be fully transparent about the process. So you, our listeners, can also learn from my own wins and my own mistakes, or also can take note of things that usually people are not talking about. And I think we can start right away.
The things, how do you say, in the backstage, behind the scenes.
Yeah, there you go. And you know what? The behind the scenes are usually the most important things, because people are not talking about it. And I feel that when you don't know exactly about things, how do they work, people tend to either not go for it or not understand it. And it's like always, should I go for it? Should I not? So I'm sharing my happy, awesome lunch with you. Okay, should we still ask what is ranking in this scenario? I will still go for it. What is ranking? So everyone understands what we're going to talk about.
Yes, of course. Let's go through the first steps also, because you know how I feel. No matter how experienced you are, and no matter how many dozens of products you have on Amazon, sometimes it's still the basics, so it's never too much to talk about. Ranking is when you put your product, your especially new launched product in front of people's eyes. That means taking them to Amazon's page 1 in whatever search result, whatever keyword or search term, let's say, more not specialty talk. So let's say somebody wants to start an Amazon business, finds a product, goes to a supplier, brings it to Amazon, and then what? Then you, of course, you need to have some sales. In order to get those sales, you need to bring people to see your product, and in order for people to see your product, you need to make your product visible. That's actually a side note here. Everyone speaks about it, but I'm not very familiar with the latest percentages. But the large majority of Amazon buyers don't go past page 1 or 2, sometimes 3, but that's the place you need to have your product in order to actually get some sales. Of course, alongside with this, there's Amazon advertising, the famous PPC that you should do. We'll get in that later, I guess. Bottom line, I think that's ranking. If that was not clear, please let me know. I'll go through it again.
It was amazing, and I love that you said page 2, 3. There's a saying newly that it's like where to hide a dead body.
Yeah,
on the second
I love
page
it.
of
Having Kings, yeah.
Truly, it's true, really, it's true. And it's, as you were mentioning, most of the time it doesn't, or let's put it this way, I think you have to have a good product. In the same time, if you don't know an exact strategy how to bring that product in front of people start like on the first page, and even for that first page, like within the first, I would say 5, 6 rank, like organic ranking,
that would be ideal and amazing. Yeah,
then no one is going to notice you, and this is painful and this is hurtful, and this is why I actually wanted to go with Alina's services. So for full disclaimer, when I started my first product, it was PPC only launch, and it was quite expensive. It worked really well, the product ranked well, everything was great, but it was expensive, and it was like I didn't know about the things that Alina was saying. Okay, I knew clearly that it has to be on the first page, but what's next, you know? So this time when I launched with Alina, I launched the second product, and it did amazingly. It did great. It's like ranking wise, it went just where we wanted it to be, you know? And why I have Alina today on the show is for you to understand, hey, if you have a strategy, and now here you can see clearly where to go. You have steps 1, 2, 3, 4, you know? And this is what we are going to talk about. I think first question there would be like, because you offer ranking services, there are also other type of services like rebate key and all that stuff. What is the difference between a ranking service versus the other platforms?
Okay, first of all, before I forget, I would like to make a small, tiny little mention about what you said, your launch, your second product's launch.
Yeah.
Yes, first time it was PPC only. Second time we did search, find, buy strategy, but you also did PPC. Correct. For second launch. So those two go together. If you do search, find, buy, doesn't mean you don't have to do PPC. Actually, if you don't do PPC, in my opinion, there's not too many chances of you being successful at the end of the day, because that's the way things are in Amazon.
Yeah.
So you have to do, doesn't matter, less or more, you have to do it. Okay, now ranking service versus other stuff. So we have quite a lot of other stuff. First of all, is the famous list of friends and family that everybody has and everybody uses, and it's okay up to one point. Why do I say up to one point? For example, you launch your first product today and you use a couple of your friends and family. I don't know how to put this. It's better not to use your husband or your mother, actually, because Amazon has something in their TOS where it says that you shouldn't let very close relatives to help you do this. But of course, like everything in Amazon's TOS, in my opinion, at least, it's very
I love how you put it. There you go. Go, girl.
That's the way it is. Sorry.
Go,
okay, I know Jeff went to space today, but he came back, so he can. Okay. So that's the first thing. Second thing, getting back. So you launch your first product, you use a couple of those. Then you do another product, second, third, fourth. You cannot use use them every time. Mm-hmm. Then there are chatbots, ManyChat especially, with that go hand in hand with Facebook advertising. Let me put this in a very simple way. You go to an agency where you do it yourself, but it's not quite that easy as it sounds. You build Facebook ad for your product that also does a rebate. So at the end of the day, you promote your product through a Facebook ad to a completely cold audience, and you refund them at the end after they purchase your product, searching for a keyword. So it's the same process, but it's takes a little longer in again, my opinion. The audience is very cold. I mean, not the audience buying the product, but the audience for the Facebook ads targeting. I'm not an expert in the field, so if I say something stupid,
I wouldn't know. So go on. For me, you're an expert.
For the listeners, I mean.
Oh, I love this. It's like when I say I'm not tax advisor, I'm not like your lawyer, but go on for it. Yeah, go on. It's fine.
Okay. The downside that I see for chatbots is that first of all, you have a little bit of extra cost. I mean, yeah, that's not a downside, because for on a ranking service, for example, you also have an extra cost for the fee. There you have the Facebook cost of the ad itself on top of the product price. But what I find to be one of the most important things, if not the most important of all in these ranking strategies that we built at AZRank, is to follow a plan. If we decided that we're gonna go on a growing trend, or I don't know, whatever strategies, mix some keywords, frequently bought together. We're gonna discuss this probably later. You have to stick to it in order to be successful at the end of the 7 or 10 or 14 days that you are going to do the campaign. With ManyChat, you don't have that certainty. Today, maybe your ad will stop working, maybe Facebook will close it, maybe you run out of budget, or maybe it just doesn't perform well, and you, instead of 10, you get 1 sale or 0 or 5. So
yeah, got it.
That's how I see it. The good side would be that you can build your own list. You remain with those contacts afterwards. Rebate key.
Wait, just a second there. You can build your list in which category? If you're doing with ranking services or with
the ManyChat. No,
okay, got it.
We don't give away the contact, just the order IDs.
Got it. Sorry for cutting you.
No, please. So that would be the chat bots. Of course, there are things that we can go into details, but I think we should cover just the.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, basically to understand exactly.
Understand the
benefits, why to go. Correct, and the benefits of the one versus the other, right? So as you were saying, okay, it's brilliant that you already have this targeted audience and you clearly know who is the one that is going to purchase, and it's like, I think also it's way more relevant for you as a seller to know those details, because it's also bringing you a higher chance of conversion for those like rating and like everything. It's going to work well, rather than having a larger audience that you might have contact info for, but in the same time it's like very clunky and you don't really understand like where to put those people. Also, they are not trustworthy. Like in your scenario, those are trustworthy people who already know them, correct?
Yeah.
So as far as I understood. Okay. Brilliant.
Very correct. Then we have rebate key. There is a new feature they have now called Treasure Hunt, which does search find by following a keyword. So basically more or less what we do. And I haven't tested it, to be honest, so I'm not very I can't speak very in detail, but I know from other people that it's good. I'm not sure also. I think you also cannot control the final number of purchases that you can get in. If you are going to be able to stick with the plan that you build initially. I don't see other. And the product, another little downside that I see, your product is visible. It's on a public place, rebate key. I mean,
and just an
maybe
example
just
why that's not a good thing, if you may mind there to give an example, because like obviously as a newbie, I would say maybe you wouldn't care about it, but why this is important for you to know?
Well, it's important because new sellers and experienced sellers, doesn't matter, sellers in general, are very familiar with rebate key. And I've heard at some point, I don't know, I hear a lot of things. So I don't know which one actually have proven to be 100% true or not, but the rumors were that a lot of Chinese sellers especially, and other sellers as well, were looking at rebate key for product sourcing, because there were always new product. You go there with a new product to launch. That means, you know, you don't search in Amazon, which is huge. You just search a rebate key and find it easier.
AKA you're the Alibaba of that platform, basically. You're finding the product and you're just outsourcing out. Oh, yeah,
you're just finding the idea, and you're thinking, okay, so maybe if this seller decided to launch this product, let me take a look at it in Amazon. How are the numbers? If it's not your first product, you're gonna figure it out in the first 5 minutes if it's worth it or not. Then go into details, you know. So it's that kind of thing.
And there, like, I think also it's a downside there, the fact that you clearly know that those products were offered rebate for it. So you clearly know that, hey, if it worked for these sellers, I also just have to offer rebate for it, which is yet again, from a seller's point of view, it's like you wouldn't want to, I mean, you're okay with people knowing exactly that you are launching a new product, but you wouldn't want them to know exactly, look, I also used rebate kit. So then I can also I'm taking your product and bringing it to rebate kit too, and I can do the same stuff. So this is, I think, what Alina's point, like, it's why it's not the ideal way to how to go about things. That's brilliant.
Yes. I don't know, are there any other types of launches? Like you said, it's the PPC only launch, which is not bad at all. A lot of people do it. You did it successfully, but expensive. That's I mean, and you have to know how to do it, because it can be very expensive and not successful at all. The large majority of situations of cases with new sellers, that's what's happening.
Yeah,
a lot of money thrown out a window. What else do we have? What other I think that's basically it. Yeah,
we covered it, I think. All right, honeymoon, because you were talking about product launch. Is there such a thing as honeymoon, and how long is it? People are talking about it. Is there a honeymoon? There's no honeymoon. Like, yes, how do you see that from your perspective as a ranking service, I would say?
Yes, there is a honeymoon. There is the Maldives honeymoon, if you want. Or, you know, there are different kinds of honeymoon. If you created a listing, for example, some time ago, production took forever, transport took forever, forwarding took forever, and only 4 or 5 months after you created the listing, your product is actually ready and live for launch, you still have honeymoon, as long as you did set up your launch date, release date, and offer date, all three of this in the future, or kept the listing closed or suppressed or whatever. The moment the listing is live, even if inactive, out of stock or whatever, that's at least how I see it, and other people smarter than me see it. That's the moment the honeymoon starts. If you created your listing today and shipped from your house or from your warehouse in the United States your goods to Amazon FBA they arrived in a couple of days. That's also Honeymoon. It's a better one because basically it's common sense. If you ask me, what are you telling? You're telling Amazon, hey, I just created this and I'm already selling. If you're starting search, find, buy, I mean, or if you're starting PPC or whatever from everything we've discussed, I'm getting sales very, very fast. So this means I have a good product, right? That's the signal you're sending. There is another way. You create your listing today, ship it to FBA, but at the same time you activate your FBM listing because you have the products in your warehouse or in your home, and you can already start fulfilling orders in the first 24 hours. That's ideal.
To make it clear, does that also applies to FBM listings in this scenario? Because you were saying if you're creating does it also applies to FBM listings?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It also applies to FBM listings. Yes, FBM has always, had a little less juice, let's say, in all the Amazon cake.
Love it. You can tell that we are women. You can tell that we are women cake bakery. Okay, love it. Yeah. Yes, go
on. But I mean, it's still the FBA. They push harder in everything because that's the place they're making their money from. Yeah. Of course. But yes, it works for FBM. We did launches for FBM, my products as well. Also for both, I mean, FBM, and then when the inventory arrived, we switched to FBA. So it works. This Honeymoon is basically, I don't know, the first the diapers, the birth, the whatever you call it for a product. And Amazon it doesn't necessarily want to help you, and boost your ranking, and some people say it does. I don't know. I have a feeling that it does as well, but looking at the facts and common sense logic again, Amazon doesn't have information about your product, so it's brand and totally new. Until you build a history, they just take it as it is. You have good sales, then yes, you're gonna go up very, very fast and very, very powerful, with a powerful push, ranking on a ton of keywords. If you give it some PPC, if you have a good product and start getting some ratings, or enroll in Vine, or get a couple of those fast. I don't recommend getting them any other way, especially not from ranking service or rebate key or ManyChat or whatever, not from rebates. Then it's gonna be amazing, because when that honeymoon or first few weeks of the product ends and Amazon looks back, say, hey, this one has a really good history, so this means it's good. Let's keep it there. Let's push it higher. Mm-hmm. That's how I would explain it, in common language.
I love it. I love also the details and everything. Yeah, I love everything. You were saying a few weeks. Is there such a thing to know exactly how long does the honeymoon is, or how would you measure that?
It's around from what I've seen and we've seen in ranking, it's about 4 to 6 weeks.
All right.
I couldn't say 24 and a half days. No.
Why not? Alina, this is why you are on the show. Say it. 24 and 5. That's it. All right. See, this is why we have to get serious. Next time. Yeah. On the fourth time, she's going to share that info as well. All right. How we did prepare for this product launch that we did together.
We're talking about the second one, right?
Correct. No. Yes.
Okay. And you want me to go through the process a little bit, and what did we actually do?
Yes. If you can share as much as it's possible to share, not necessarily like high info, like, okay, what we exactly did for my product specifically, but just an idea. So And she, by the way, just to give you a short like insight, because like as I was saying, we started this like by joking. She was like, "Do I share your product?" Heck no. She's like, she's like, no, listeners, you have to watch it. She's joking. She's joking. So yeah, so no,
That would be something to do to make a surprise, to share it, right?
Yeah, right. I was like, yeah, no, but just like how we started and what were like things that someone who doesn't knows how to do about those things, what should they be aware of?
First of all, I would start even way before launch, and that would be with the listing creation and keyword research. I know there are a lot of opinions and debates on how to write a listing. Do I put it with a beautiful texting in order to be easy to read? Do I keyword stuff it? Do I do that? My, again, personal opinion is that not a lot of people actually read exactly, like word by word. Yes, you have to make it readable. Is that a word?
Yes, yeah. It's a perfect word. Yeah.
You have to make it readable. You have to emphasize the problem that it solves, the benefits, not the theory we all know. You have to bring in front what it has best and why your product is better than the others. But right after that, you need to put as many keywords as possible in it, because that's how you are going to tell Amazon who you are. If you remember, that was my yes.
Go on. Here, as you were saying, as many keywords as possible. So we are talking about listing creation, and now what Alina was talking about, it's okay first, because there are like three parts of it. You have the title, you have the body, let's say the listing itself, and now you were talking about which parts?
We are talking about, first of all, it's the title, the most important place where you have to put the most important keywords in terms of relevance and also search volume is the title. The next important place are the first three bullet points. Then it would be the search terms, and then we have the description. Now with the description, if you have EBC, if you have brand registry and you have the A+ content, that text you put there, no matter if it's on the photos or as a text, it doesn't get indexed. But a little trick that you can do is to also write your classic or your basic description with keywords and put it in the description place in the old field, like you wouldn't have a brand registry. And I don't have an exact theory. I mean, I couldn't say for sure that that's gonna index and rank you and help you rank on some keywords, but it does help. Other thing that you can do is to make sure you fill in as many fields as possible in that listing. The listing doesn't consist from title, bullets, search terms, and description. It has a ton of other fields, and I'm talking about intended use, target audience, subject matter. Some listing don't have some of those anymore, but doesn't matter. Then you go to more details tab, the last tab. There's a million fields in there. Some of them you can fill with the accurate information, for example, size, weight, I don't know, color, specific information about your products, if it's electrical or stuff like that. But then you have some other fields which are a little bit like, not very clear. I mean, you wouldn't have that information to fill, but at the same time, maybe you could write something. So you have to be creative, let's say. For example, myself, for my own listings, I use intended use and target audience in the search word, in the keyword tab. And I don't put what Amazon recommends in there. I put phrase form keywords. There's 50 or 100, I think 50 characters for each. I put keywords in there. So that's the first. I could go on like this for another 2 hours. So
I know. I was like, oh, should we make like a 2 hour like episode today? Yeah. But it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Share. It's fine.
So that's the first place you need to start thinking about launching and ranking with the listing. Then you are going to do a great listing. You're going to have some great photos, and your inventory is there. You're ready to launch. How do we select? The first thing that we did next is how do we select the keywords that we want to focus in the campaign? In your case, we kind of sort of knew them from the first product because they were somehow related. But if you have a product that you don't know, how do we do it? When a seller comes to us at AZRank, we make some suggestions. We do keyword research, but it's not that type of keyword research that you do when you write your listing. I'm focused on keyword research for the launch and for the ranking. This means I'm going to look at first of all, I'm going to look at my competitors, because I don't want to, reinvent the wheel. If I have some competitors that are selling and are selling well, then I need to be on those keywords as well. A very, very important thing I would like to share. Some people I know don't agree with me, and I'm totally fine with that, but it's just me. I don't want to go with the main keyword from day one, not from day 2 or not from day 5, maybe. If you remember when I was presenting that for the group, for your group, the presentation, I was saying we do the launches in phases. Phase 1, I'm going to take very good keywords for my product, very relevant, but not that big. Because what happens, I'm going to, as we said before, I'm going to rank pretty fast. If my listing is good and everything is done properly, I'm going to rank pretty fast. And I'm going to see myself in 1 week ranked maybe page 1 on the main keyword with maybe, I don't know, 20,000 searches, just an example. And my listing is totally and brand new, no reviews, no ratings, no, I don't know, nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stick there. It's normal that you don't. You have to build this. It's just like a house, you start with ground. Yeah. So the ground here would be very relevant, small volume keywords. You get those covered. When you get those covered, for sure, 100% of the situations, and that happened on your campaigns as well, you also ranked on other keywords that are had related words or root keywords, or however you want to call them. So it goes like that, like a pyramid. After that, you decide, do I want to do a push on one main keyword, or maybe a second main, or stuff like that, or maybe I want to stop right now and push the PPC a little higher, get some more organic sales, get some Vine reviews, get some ratings from organic sales, because I'm supposed to have some organic sales by now. And then come back in a couple of weeks and push the main keywords. You need to, to have a good history and to have a little bit of credibility, even if I'm not the main promoter of getting reviews very fast on a new listing, because I've had hundreds of cases where the launches went perfectly fine and the sales were there with 0 reviews, basically. So
yeah, I was the same, by the way. So
Yes,
in my
you
case,
were that's what I wanted to say. You were one of them.
I mean, just to give you an example to what she's saying, like our main competitors have between like thousands of reviews, and we were with no reviews there, and we were matching the same price, and we still had sales. So this is what she's saying. If people are seeing you, they will still consider you. If you're listing, it's there. If you're listing, it's catching. If you're listing, it's indexing well. People will still choose you rather than someone with 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 ratings even, which is wow. Honestly, it's wow, because you can directly compete with someone who has that many like sales, basically. That's amazing.
Yes. Now, after we said this, maybe some of the people watching and listening to this are gonna say, okay, but 5 minutes ago you told us not to go to page one and compete with these people because we have no reviews or the listing is brand new.
I love your additions. Go on. Yes. Yes. Go on. See, this is why we're completing each other. Please go on. Sorry for interrupting.
No problem. I still keep that idea, because when we did your launch and large majority of the other examples that I have for new products doing very well without any reviews is because they started with the ground. I mean, yes, they got ranked on the main keyword as well, but basically the sales were coming from the lower volumes one, and that's why even when you got ranked on the main keyword, you have the chance to keep it there until you have some credibility and you have some social proof and you are able to stick by your own without any help from search find buy.
Based on organic sales in this scenario.
Yes, based on organic sales. But what I really want for people to understand is that ranking to page one, position one even, doesn't equal the success of a product or of your Amazon business, because there's so many other things involved. It's taste, it's, I don't know, perception of the buyers, price, reviews, listing, photos,
definitely
a lot of other things. I mean, yes, we can rank, we're gonna bring it there, but from there, it has to prove itself, basically.
Correct. I love that you added that. I think it's really important, because most people, I think, that don't understand that concept, and then they're thinking like, what's wrong with it? Why it's not right? Or why am I dropping? Why
I'm getting this question like on a daily basis. How much am I going to sell after I'm gonna be on page one?
Be careful. You have to, like, the 000 afterwards. You have to know that as well.
What do I have? Sorry.
Like when you're like having sales, and especially when you're selling for let's say 26, 96, you have to know also the 96, the zeros and everything. You have to know everything, like everything.
No, I don't want to, I get it. Amazon is not an easy game, and there's so much information. I remember myself years back when I was learning, when I was like, every day was a whatever dictionary.
And I was like in Romanian already, because we speak Romanian. Like, yeah. In the dictionary,
It's like fantastic, and I get it that a lot of people, don't keep up the pace, or maybe they just didn't got there to that point, and they're asking questions, and it's normal to be that way. I just want to to underline this, that ranking does not equal success of the product. Sorry if that doesn't sound very well.
No, that's the truth, and this is why I wanted to have you on the show, because until now I wasn't there, so I couldn't speak at it. But now that I also experienced this side, I am like happy to bring whatever is real, because otherwise you have unrealistic goals, and this is something super important for everyone to understand. If you you might have goals, but if they are unrealistic or they are not matched to whatever service you use or whatever, like anything in life, you won't be there only because you had unrealistic goals. So we are here for you to make it happen, to give you a clear example. Look, this is what works. This is it. These other things are really like, we don't know. And anyone who claims to know those things, be careful, I would say. Be careful. Yeah. There you go, Romania. She's lying. He's lying. I love it. All right. Well, okay. So we are 36 minutes in, and I asked only 2 questions. How do you want to go about this? I have 9. And I have also to be respectful of your time before we wrap up. So that's also like 4 more questions. So
go girl.
You go girl, because like everything what you're sharing, it's super nice. Okay, so we went in very detail. What I'm planning for this episode, we can do a 2-parted, like have a 1 hour combo, or we can have it like shorten it up as you want it. I still have, like, as I was saying, 4 more questions. And it's related.
You mean go long? Yes, we can say how longer we need, and then you decide whether you keep it 1 episode or 2, or
which part should I cut, which I should make.
You don't cut anything, come on.
All right, let's get back to our serious. I think this is the funniest episode so far. I'm loving it. Let's get back to our serious side. All right. So we talk about how we prepared for the launch. Now, what worked, what didn't work. For the second product, and we're mentioning second product because we also did some things for our older product. So the second product is our new launch that we're talking about. What worked and what didn't work. The first 2-3 things that worked and didn't.
Most of them worked, I guess, because we did really good. I mean, we started slow. Everything I said so far, we did. We selected some keywords. We made a plan for them. They weren't the most important in the niche. Mm-hmm. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not wrong. Right?
Go girl. I love it. She left me without words. I'm smiling. Watch the video. It's going to be funny. Watch it.
Why? Hold on. You lost
I'm correct. You're not wrong. I'm correct, okay. Right? I'm correct. I love it. Yes.
No, I wouldn't want to, to give some
yes.
wrong information about your product with you here. Yeah, so it's okay. So there weren't the biggest search, at least the biggest search volume in the niche. There were other keywords that we didn't target. Correct. But at the end of the campaign, which was not very long, around 10 days, if I remember correctly, because we planned it longer and we stopped it.
Yeah.
Because everything was doing great. Yeah. I think all the keywords were top 5, top 10.
Yeah.
Even those we didn't target.
Correct.
From our short list of keywords, not all the keywords in the world, but correct. From our list of 7 or 8 keywords, we targeted, I remember, 3 or 4.
Yes, we targeted 4 of them, and everything was successful from out of those 7 keywords. And imagine the 7 keywords also we had searched the highest one, search volume wise, it was around back then 8,000. Now it's 16,000. So it changed from month to month. But yeah, we still ranked for those as well. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. What else did it work? Basically,
everything worked. Everything worked.
Yes,
and worked.
Sales started.
Yeah. Organic sales. Let's specify because we also ran.
Yes.
We also ran PPC, and organic sales went out the roof. So we have a first product that is very similar to this one. This one is a variation with some improvements, and it was, the sales were there like from the first product. So everything was like organically, we got a lot of sales.
Yes.
What didn't work?
Successful launch. What didn't work?
Or what was our expectation that didn't plan out as? I don't think that we had though something.
No, that was for the other product.
Correct.
On this one, I don't think we had anything that didn't work properly. I think in your mind maybe it remained the frequently bought together thing that we did because we expected it to show sooner, but it showed a little later, but eventually it showed. Let me explain. Since Noemi's two products are related and somehow similar, and they have the same buyer persona, let's say, we decided, she actually had an idea to somehow try to make the newer product show in the frequently bought together of the old product, let's say. So new product showing on the frequently bought together of the old product, which was very well established and selling very well. And we did I remember this because it was a round number, after 10 days, 10 units, but we didn't push very hard. I think those 10 units were done in 5 days, or 5 or 6 days. So the 6th day we got the frequently bought together, which is still there right
after
now.
A month and a half,
yeah. So this has, I want to explain this a little bit. So you don't want to put frequently bought together products. I don't know, give me some collagen,
something
peptides, and
unrelated, like microphone with water.
Yes, thank you. Very bad at giving examples.
That's why I'm here. Like, you're good at additional things, I'm good at like giving random things. So go on.
You won't be able to have anything successful in that. Maybe just maybe eventually we're going to succeed to bring it there, but it's not gonna stick, it's not gonna stay, and it's not gonna help you. You need to, I mean, if you have the strategy in mind, which is very, very, very good, and we've done it several times in the past, always successful. I mean, successful in increasing your overall sales, organic sales, but you have to have related products. And actually, frequently bought together is a very good place to source related products for your existing products, because you see what people are buying, and maybe it's a good thing to also have in your range, in your brand. So that also worked.
Yeah. So, and here, because like, by the way, that was my next question, frequently bought together, and she went like straight into like explain like, yeah.
I'm sorry, I told you to tell me what secrets to keep.
No, but it's not a secret.
Okay.
It was the next question. It was the next question. So yeah, so just to give you an idea of what we had in mind. Okay, I noticed that, hey, why not having, because usually whenever you're going to launch a product, naturally after a few days something is going to show up there as frequently bought together, and naturally one of my highest competitors showed up there, and I was like, I don't want that, and I was thinking like, hey, if we're doing this for the first product, couldn't we like buy together the first product with the second product and also try to rank for it? And she was like, yeah, let's try it, So this is what she was talking about, the frequently bought together, and it worked brilliantly. As Alina was saying, it's still, we're almost 2 months in and it's still there. And if you know my product, and if, don't rat me out. That's what I say, don't rat me out. If you know my product, don't rat me out. This is a cool strategy. Also something, because I was also asking Carlos here, I was asking about percentage. Do you know how much percentage do you have to buy, or how often do you have to buy it? He doesn't, and probably we don't either. So there's no such thing as a percentage. But I think it happened in this scenario, it was that it was a product launch, it was a new product. So just to make sure that you understand, it was the first, the product launch with Alina, that it's like a new product, it was still in Honeymoon. Under that listing, it shows up frequently bought together, the first product and the second product. On the second product, on the first product, which is like older and seasoned product, it's already selling one, under that, it's not showing up. So please keep also in mind, whenever you want to do the frequently bought together, keep in mind that a product should be the first product, main product, and then add the second product, So this is like, I think, my takeaway from that. And also, as you were mentioning for ranking, what we tried also with Alina is try to see if both products are ranking for the same keyword. basically that was the idea, to rank the second product also with
Yes.
the first one, and in that case it didn't work, but now at least you know that, hey, at least for frequently bought together it's working. Ranking wise, we couldn't rank both products for the same keywords from the same customer. Did I sum that up correctly, or
Yes. So
anything to add?
basically we did we did search find buy for both products, same keyword. Buyer was searching for keyword A, buying first product, then searching again for keyword A, buying second product, adding to cart actually, and then buying together in the same order. Ranking didn't work for
The second
old
product.
product.
The old product, yes.
But you just gave me a brilliant idea for a test I'm going to do, because you know what we did? Buyers have searched for the keyword and added to cart the new product first.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. I think that's why. Yeah, it might be that if you're starting with the old product, although then it might be also tricky because you're not anymore in the honeymoon period, so it might be that
it's gonna take longer time and larger amount of units, of course, but it would be interesting to see a difference. The problem with this test that I always do is that you rarely can compare the same thing. I mean, I rarely can do tests. The only same products I can do tests on are mine, because other than that, everything is different. There isn't such thing as two identical products in Amazon
or outcomes. Yeah, definitely.
So summing up, yes, products have to be related. That's the first thing, and then yes, depending, it can depend also on the products, on the niche. What is it? I mean, if you launch drawing paper with crayons, totally different set of keywords, but also very related products. Amazing to be together, on the same. You can have all kinds of ideas here.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I love it. All right, we also tried something for the second product. The second product, that was a season product. This is the old product. So for the old product, we also tried strategy. Would you mind sharing that without going in too much into details?
Yes.
Meaning don't share my product. She's going to hate me for this now. Okay,
no, I don't.
She wants to be once again. She wants to be once again on the podcast. This is why she's not going to hate. Go on. Okay, serious. Go on. Should I ask once again the question? Yes.
No, old product, what didn't work? What strategy? So basically we wanted to rank the old product on a keyword which was ranking already around position 20, if I remember correctly, 23.
Yes.
And we wanted to bring it to top 5, which is not that easy on any product.
And we also gone for a large keyword, like large volume sales keyword.
Large keyword. I honestly don't remember the search volume, but it was important.
Yeah.
Now, the only situation where you can do that fast and easy, is in the honeymoon with a new product. That you can achieve. I mean, let's get this clear. You're not going to be able to give away 3 units or 5 units on a 20,000 or 10,000 search volume keywords and get to top 5.
Correct.
No, it's not going to happen. I mean, you have to be realistic about everything. Going back. So yes, in honeymoon, for a product in honeymoon, you're going to be able to accomplish that. For a product with history, one of my biggest challenges in this ranking strategies building and service and
by this ranking empire, she means. Go on.
Now I know you're gonna have me again on the podcast.
No, I won't. No, I won't. Go on,
So
go on.
one of the most difficult things and my main challenge is how to get products there.
Mhm.
Because I mean, okay, if you have 1,000 units to give away,
Yeah.
it's easy. You're gonna get there on any keyword,
Yeah.
basically. But with a limited budget, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not wrong. I always try to keep sellers' budgets for ranking and expenses as low as possible, because
Yeah.
I know what that means and I
Yeah.
know how costly it is.
Yeah,
So
go on.
when we have 50 units, 58, I think we did.
58.
Yes, 58
So,
we did.
Look
We
at
didn't
that. She knows the number. I'm not her only client. She knows the number. She knew the number for ranking. So this is why I was like, yeah, this girl should be on the podcast. Go on.
Yes, I'm still good at numbers for why, I guess.
No, it was that you take care and you show attention and you know exactly what happened in my case. And I'm not only. That's all. Okay, no more compliments. Go on, because she's going to blush. Go on.
Thank you. I'm already am, right?
Yeah.
So no, we didn't make a plan. I need to say that we didn't make a plan. Let's stop at 40 or let's stop at 100.
Yeah,
we just wanted to see what happens, and we started I think 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6. We had a series of days with 6 units.
Mm-hmm.
7, I think
6.
we went.
No, only 6 units.
6 were the largest number. Yes.
Yes.
What happened is that we went. The highest was one day. I saw it in number 3. Then it went back to 7, 8, 7, 8, 7, 8. It stood there. So it was a significant increase from 23 to 7, 8 on such an important keyword. It didn't go higher. It would have if we would have pushed more, but we decided to stop. The interesting thing which happened is that your organic sales haven't grown. I had expectations. I mean, not huge, but I was expecting when you got to. You remember I was asking you like on a daily basis. When you get to top 10, you should see an increase. We didn't. So my first thought at that moment was that maybe this isn't our keyword. There are situations when you can sell a lot on a medium keyword or 10 very small keywords, and you simply don't convert on the main keyword. It can happen. There's nothing, it's strange, but it's not impossible. So at this point, I think we are both in research phase to find out what can we do next, and how can we make it happen. Because actually, at the end of the day, another thing that everyone here should be careful is, or should focus on, is that we want to sell. I don't care how many keywords am I ranking on page 1, how many on page 2. I have sellers coming to me with huge thousands and thousands of keywords and lists and sorted them. And yes, it's good that you did that kind of keyword research, and you're watching them and you're tracking them and you're looking at your competition. It's amazing. That's what you need to do. But at the end of the day, you want to sell. If you are able to discover those few keywords that are for your product, this doesn't necessarily mean that they need to be the main keyword. Yes, you need to be there, because at the beginning you don't know. And look, even now this product has 1 year plus, right?
Yeah, correct. No, actually in 2 days it's going to be 1 year.
So
in 2 days I officially become a 1-year Amazon seller. Boy, oh boy.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yes, just the beginning of the journey.
Boy, I love it. Exhausting, and I love it.
Totally understand you. Same here. So at the beginning you don't know. With time you're going to start to do all kind of stuff. Instagram, Google Ads, Facebook, influencers, press releases, you name it. There are millions of things that you can and probably will be doing for your products and for your brands. But all of this is for getting sales, not for getting rank.
Correct.
Yes, rank is good and you have to have it, but that's not your goal in life. You need to sell. So that's why we stopped. Basically, at 58, I would have gone.
I know you would. I was like, because as she was mentioning, yeah, I really like we had a budget for this and it was a test, and it was like, okay, I cannot go higher. It's like, this is the budget. Otherwise I make no profit. I was like, oh, shoot. Next time when we are doing this, I will like prepare everything, everything, budget wise and everything. And I also think this is a really good point for you as a new seller, if you're going to do experiments, okay, have a budget for it and say,
yes, totally. Otherwise,
yeah. And otherwise, I think the worst thing that can happen is like you say that you did everything when no, everything what your budget afforded, that's what you did, And also,
correct.
If things are not happening, that's because it's not happening. As Alina was saying, I am confident that we would have gotten to the.
We would have.
For sure.
First, for sure.
It's just like it wasn't anymore in the budget. So you as an Amazon seller would have to take those decisions beforehand, So
it's a lesson. It's a lesson. It's a very good lesson for me, for you, for even for a 10-year-old Amazon seller. So it's a lesson. You have, Amazon has so much adrenaline and so much speed and change and everything that for some people, I'm one of those people, you just can't stop. If I were you, I wouldn't have stopped and probably go way past budget, which I didn't have in the beginning. And yes, but I have a strong feeling that even top 5, same thing. Yeah, it's not our keyword.
Yeah, I agree with it. And what she's saying about our keyword and about organic sales, to bring to a point all our rambling. I hope that's it. So today's episode is totally opposite of whatever I had until this is the 20th episode, and for the 20th episode I'm going to share everything with you. Until now it was clearly and everyone responded clearly. Today's episode is going to be our experience, and this is why I wanted to show I hope that you enjoy. I would necessarily think that this is something I would have looked forward whenever I was starting. So you're welcome. There you go.
Come on.
Okay. So
no, I was waiting for you to finish. Maybe.
Yeah, I wanted to actually
on the Saturdays events that I never get to. Yeah. Very, very rare, but on the Saturday events that you always go to, you can ask people so you can know from now on. At least next time we will be serious.
Yeah, next time.
Trying to.
Yeah, trying to. This time you get what you paid for, and you paid for nothing, only your time. So you're welcome. Okay, enough. People are saying that I'm rude enough, so let's stop with this. Okay, so what Alina was also saying, for some keywords, even because we went for actually a related keyword, and it was we got search. We got a lot of sales from that keyword. It was a 3,000, 4,000 search volume keyword. We had previously got a lot of organic sales from that keyword, and this time it didn't work. And what we try to tell you is some things are unsure, even though if you have a clear data, some things are still unsure, and you have to be aware of that. Sometimes, as I was saying, with the first product launch, it went brilliantly. We had to stop because at some point, or sooner than we expected, because it went really brilliantly. With some other things, there are as with everything in life, you don't know what you don't know until you know it. Yeah, that's it. All righty. Are there any questions that I didn't ask?
Did you go through all your list already?
No, I was saying for the second product.
Okay.
What was the plan, and also what worked and didn't, and we talked about it. And I think for seasoned products, what should someone be aware of when they're going to work with you, for example, or they're going to do ranking type of tricks or tips, and it's not going to work for seasoned products? doing search by buy in this scenario?
I already said going after main keyword. I mean, not always. If you have enough budget, as we said, enough budget and already a good history, yes, then go for it, for sure. I don't know what else.
I think also the fact that it's an older product and already, as you were saying, it has history. So sometimes even if you're doing things like there are organic sales, because on the second product, just to give you an example, old product and new product, I think won't confuse anyone. So on the new product, what we had a clear, like I also asked Alina to click on ads or to use PPC in our strategy.
Oh, yeah.
For the old product, we didn't do that. We went and organically, because for that keyword, we organically already showed on the first page. So we organically went there and clicked on that link. So that's also something to keep in mind, that it can play a role in it. What do you think?
Actually, yes, because I was just thinking now, if I ever had a campaign for an old product, which we did also PPC, which we used to PPC to but click. Yes, we did. Basically, it goes like this. When you launch a new product, when you start a ranking campaign, you select some keywords. 1, 2, 3, 10, doesn't matter. Of course, you want to rank them high on page 1. Some of them may start from position 50, 70, 100, whatever. They are searchable. They are within the first 7 pages. The searching and the scrolling and actually finding your product in 7th page and purchasing it, that's what actually brings you higher in rank and back to page 1. But at the same time, it would be much more natural in the eyes of the Amazon algorithm if your PPC ad listing would be on page 3 to get it from there, because not a lot of people, a regular buyer doesn't go to page 7 or 15. That can have advantages and disadvantages. Advantages that will help your PPC campaigns. Your CPC will go down, and that history will be kept from 1-2 months, so you can grow from there in optimizing better your PPC. Disadvantages is that it doesn't have the same power as if it were organic. So it has big power, but not as high as the other one. So you just have to decide what's best. How do you decide what's best? Difficult, because you never know how and when and how much. But what I would consider is, if you have a campaign with more than one keyword and some of those keywords aren't ranked in the top 300 positions, instead of doing super URLs or filters or whatever you can do to make the first purchases in the first days, then yes, I would definitely use PPC, because it's the
making things seamless. This is what she's trying to say. Making things seamless. You're welcome. See, I can also add things like value to whatever you're saying. I can also do that. Yeah, definitely, I agree with what you were saying. And as she was also saying, isn't it obvious that for you, if you're going to, you as a regular customer, which are the most likely things that you're going to click on? Probably on an ad, which shows up at the first places, or if they're organically there, those are the products on the first page. So this is what, we also tried and seen results from there. Now that we released that, everyone's going to do this. What do you think? It's like
there's room. Yes, Amazon is So as long as they don't come to our niches, there's room. Right?
I don't know about you, girl, but my niche is super competitive, as you can tell. Playing along with big sliders. So yeah. All right. After 1 hour and 6 minutes of imposing on your time, I will see you and again, and I will say to be respectful of your time before we wrap up questions.
Oh,
so, and I have a new one
for this.
And I also have a new one. So wrap up questions. God. If you could choose.
That's the most difficult. Okay. Oh, go. Sorry.
I will go when I want to. Don't tell me. Okay, serious. So wrap up questions. If you could choose one superpower, what would it be?
Oh,
I know, right? Hopefully. Drinking coffee all day long.
One superpower.
You should be able to answer fast.
Yeah. the first thing that came to my mind was to be able to read people's minds. But don't ask me why.
No, it's great.
Why. That's the first thing that came to my mind. So somewhere in my subconscious, probably after 1 hour and 6 minutes of you.
7 minutes of me. That's what
7 minutes of you. my mind is like, oh, okay. No,
that's perfect. Brilliant answer. Is that the answer that you're sticking with, or do you want to?
Yes. Sticking with.
Good. What purchase you've recently made to help you get better at ranking or understand better ranking that is $50 or less?
Oh, come on.
What? I'm asking this. Actually, this is the question that I'm asking everyone. Last time when I asked you what purchase you made, and you said that it was the Mickey Mouse shirt. I still remember.
What did I say?
The Mickey Mouse shirt?
The Mickey Mouse shirt. Yes, I remember. No, under 50. I think some tools. I recently got some very, very, very cool add-ons. They're basically add-ons in Google Sheets, which is amazing. I'm a nerd when coming to Excel and Google Sheets. So those were less than $50. But what actually and really helped me lately was my vacation, but it wasn't that long.
It wasn't $50 or less this case.
No.
All right. Is there something that you can actually share from those add-ons, or they are secret?
Oh, I don't. I'd have to look, or I can if you want me to. For example, the last one, it's called Sheets Page Manager. I lost your window. Where are you?
Here, I'm here right now.
Okay, so it's called Sheets Pages Manager, and it's brilliant when we have Google Sheet with 1 million tabs. I have those regularly, and it basically automatically makes you a summary of all those tabs and puts them into the first tab. Mm-hmm. And gives you all the information: how many rows, how many columns, how many that you can hide them without. It helps you a lot. You don't have to scroll through those all those tabs. Or I used to do these summaries manually, or have a VA do them manually, but then I said, come on, somebody must have thought about this and made an automation, and of course they did.
Brilliant, sure. Thank you so much. 3 favorite books and why?
Oh, another 3 favorite books.
It cannot be the last ones. You know that, right?
No, of course. Let me see. I haven't. I'm ashamed of this, and I'm sorry, because I haven't had too much time to read. I'm actually now. I still have this on my desk. I always do. That's the previous one. It's Traction. And I mentioned it the last time, but now I recently started reading The Art of Negotiation by Chris Voss. It's an amazing book. He's an ex-FBI negotiator. And another one, I don't read them like, I just read the chapter, try to think, and then read another one. That's the best of what I can do with my time right now. The other one is how how to speak to your kids and when and why, something like that. I will find it exactly for you. It's basically for parents and speaking to their kids, but it's amazing how much of that book can actually transform or apply to your everyday life with grown-ups and adults and your business. I was like, wow. So I'm going over and over and over it again, to create some sticking ranking here.
Organic sticking ranking.
Okay.
I love it. Will you look up the title, because this sounds interesting? I also love to make connections between things that are totally unrelated.
How to speak to your...
By the way, the reason I'm asking for books, not only necessarily books, but I know that I also I for one am not reading books, but I'm listening to a lot of audiobooks and listening a lot of podcasts. So this is why I'm also asking for books. I'm not it can be books like the readable format, but it can be audio also. And now to ask you, what are your audiobooks?
Oh, my audiobooks are forever and ever podcasts.
There you go.
So how to talk so kids will listen, it's called.
Amazing.
Can I give you the link? It's a national bestseller, actually. In the United States, it was featured in CBS or stuff like that.
Sure, share in the chat if you want.
The new, here it is. So how to talk so kids will listen. Where are you again? I lost you. Here you are.
Why are you losing me? I love that you find me still.
I'm never losing you.
Great. All right. Thank you so much. And I am sure, usually I don't like to say very words that are very extreme, but this time I am sure that our audience really could take a lot of value of whatever we discussed about ranking, because it's super important. And this is why I was saying, hey, I love you guys so much, our audience, and I appreciate you listening. This was my personal experience, and this is why I wanted to share this, even though if we went into, I think, even deeper subject that we would normally go into, like the tactics and strategy-wise, I feel like this is something important. Most of the time, what I see, noticing, as Alina was mentioning, people would start from ground zero without any customer base, without nothing. They will go for PPC ranks and they will fail, and they will also invest a lot of money. And the reason I did the same in my scenario, I actually knew I had more knowledge PPC wise and I was successful, but most people are not. So there are also services out there. I'm not saying to go with Alina's services, also she's brilliant, but just to give you an example to understand how the algorithm works, where to place yourself. And if you're not noticeable on the first page, you truly, I'm sorry to say, but you don't exist. And I don't exist for many keywords on the first page. So it's still okay to not exist for many keywords, but for the most relevant ones, which are bringing the most sales, you should be there. All right, we're an hour, 30 minutes also in. Thank you, Alina. It was amazing.
Thank you so much for having me back.
My pleasure to have you back.
For an amazing talk as always. I really hope your audience will enjoy this. And it was actually a lot of fun and nothing prepared, so that's why it probably went out amazingly well.
How can people get a hold of you? Because that's something that I didn't ask.
Get a hold of me, yes. azrank.com is the website. There is a contact form there, goes to our mail, or hello@azrank.com, or for me, Alina Vlaic, like the name there, on Instagram or Facebook Messenger. I'm all over all the time.
Yeah.
Online, not all over the place. I'm not too active on LinkedIn, on Twitter, or
okay. Correct me. That's how you want to end it. All right, correct me.
Sorry.
Yeah, but
no, just kidding.
No, it's It's totally right. No worries. I'm just kidding too. So Alina Vlaic, that's the name. And we also have her name exactly because it's like in Romanian. So if you don't find the exact word, we have her exact name in the show notes as well. And here also in the title of the episode.
The title, yes.
Much love to you guys. And thank you so much once again, Alina. It was amazing. And hope to see you soon.
Me too.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
It was fun sharing this episode with you. If you found value in what you've heard, please show your love with a subscribe, rate, and review of the show. Until next time.